name's Laurie, and I'm a therapist at the Wendt Center for Loss and Healing. And today I wanted to provide just a little bit of education about the range of response you might be seeing in yourself, in your family members, as we all collectively traverse this experience, this collective grief experience of COVID-19. So why do we label this a grief experience? Because it's riddled with loss. It really starts with the loss of our routines, the loss of our ability to move through our communities the way that we want to. For children, it's the loss of school and being able to see their peers. Some of you might have lost your job. For others, we lose the ability to be with our loved ones when they're sick. And of course, the worst of all is losing somebody to COVID-19. So, like I said, there's a range of responses that are all normal in response to grief. So I want you to think of it on a spectrum. So on one side of that spectrum, there's the intuitive griever. And on the other side of the spectrum is the instrumental griever. The reality is that most of us are a mix and match of both of those styles of grieving. And we're going to move back and forth between those two sides. But some of us are going to lean very heavily one direction or another. So let me start with the intuitive griever. This is a griever who's going to process this very emotionally. They're going to need to talk about it. You might find that they repeat themselves. These are also going to be the people who really struggle to get out of bed, to make a meal, to just really put one foot in front of the other as that daily functioning. It's just very hard for an intuitive griever because it's an overwhelming emotional experience. So if you notice that you have someone in your household that leans this way, the best thing you can do is really just listen and give them some permission to be where they are. And so this is a not fixing time. It's really a time of saying, wow, that sounds so hard, and I'm just really glad you could talk to me about it. Now, on the other side of the spectrum is the instrumental griever. And to an intuitive griever, an instrumental griever looks, what's wrong with you? Because it looks like you're not affected by this at all. Because an instrumental griever is going to process this more on a physical and cognitive level. So what does that mean? It means that an instrumental griever is going into the doing. So they're going to throw themselves back into their work. They might be pulling out all the closets and cleaning things and reorganizing. The instrumental griever is really about doing, and they're really healing through this process of doing. Of course, the danger of being an instrumental griever is that you kind of keep putting your grief off. You keep putting it off. Because the strength is you can actually say, not right now, while an intuitive griever has no choice but to just be where they are. So you could say, not right now, but the problem is eventually there has to be a now. There has to be a right now. Because otherwise, you put it up on the shelf, something else happens, and now you're dealing with whatever that was on top of this unprocessed grief that you have. So if you have an instrumental griever in your home, part of what you are is to slow them down occasionally and give them a chance to talk about their loved one, to share memories, to really have them open up and tell stories. The combination of these two grieving styles, the most important thing for you to know is neither is right and neither is wrong. They just are. This is the way that you individually are responding. And I want you to just have some grace for each other and some compassion for yourself, and give yourself permission to be wherever you are in this process. So at the Wendt Center, we're here with you, we're holding space with you, and we look forward to seeing you soon.